Okay, so what's up there, guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. So we've got young Xavier with us today. Xavier had a tooth ripped out, so he's having the day off school today, and he's going to be tagging along with me. Now, we were just heading out to a site. We were heading out to an old school site, old house site, as we were going to the dentist yesterday. I happened to see the leaseholder, the landholder, the current land leaseholder, and I asked them permission. Do you mind if we head back there? It's been about a year. Do you still lease the land and mind if we head back there? And she said, no, we go for it. We still lease it. You're more than welcome to be there. So look, on our way up here though, as you can see, I've spotted a farmer's ute, and there's a shed up there, and I can see him out in the paddock with the tractor and a roll of hay, and he's feeding out to the cows. Now, what I can also see, and look, I've drove past this site a few times before, but you can see the peppercorn tree at the back there, and you can see the concrete blocks in front. So, you know what that tells me? That tells me this is an old house site, and you can even see a couple of little fruit trees and shrubs there. So we are going to sit here. You never walk past an opportunity like this. Never ever miss an opportunity like this. So we're going to sit here for a couple of minutes, wait for the farmer, put the tractor away, and walk back to his ute. And we're going to jump out of the car and spring upon him, who I am, what I do, and see if we can't get permission. I will also be getting my portfolio out of the back of the car. This also helps show the landowner and identify some of the things that I'm after when I detect these old sites. And generally it helps me get on. So anyway, we will sit here, as I said, and wait for him to come along. So see how we go. Okay, so we jumped out, touched base with the farmer there quickly, and look, it didn't, this one may not eventuate, it may not. He does not own the land. He was just there basically feeding stock. He did tell me what the landowner's name is and where she lives. She does not live in this area, just owns land in this area and lives in a completely different area. So anyway, look, I know of a lady who can put me in contact with her, so I'll be basically touching base, calling her tonight or one night, and hopefully I'm just getting distracted by these rabbits out here. I just spotted them. Hopefully get a contact number through this lady that I do know, and a good reference to get on to this next lady's land up the road. Anyway, here we are today at our site that we're going to be visiting. It's an old house site now. I have been here once upon a time, about a year ago. So as I said, I had to sort of re-ask permission, just touch base with the leaseholder, making sure it's still their land. I don't want to go jumping over fences or doing anything wrong. So that's what we're going to be, and hopefully get a little bit of time in before it rains, because it's supposed to have a lot of rain today, this afternoon, even hail. So let's get the gear out, let's get started. Okay, so here we are, and we've got our first good target. I should mention too, there is some amazing history attached to this site. I will say there's a school not too far away from here. There was also a post office, general store, and tennis courts sitting right beside it. And you know, I know a lot of history from this area. I've been researching this area for quite some time. Not only that, my grandfather used to live and work out here, and I've been told stories about this place, about this area, funny stories out on the farm, what have you. One that I would love to share with you a little bit later, one that when my nana first met my pa out here, I'll tell you later. Anyway, it's quite a good one. Let's dig this target first before I get carried away telling stories. And look, I've dug some, I have been here, as I said before, in the past, about a year ago, and I've dug some bloody amazing things from here. Pendants, and you know, a lot of those pendants that were given out to school kids after World War I, World War II ending, commemoration pendants and medallions from the Queen's Coronation, you know, 60 years reign, all that sort of stuff. I've just dug some amazing things. So this is not one of them. That's just a bottle top, old Rosella bottle top. Anyway, yeah, look, I've dug some amazing things out here too, even an old cricket buckle. So yeah, very exciting. And as I said, that site just up there where the house is, bottles under the old box thorn hedge. So we're going to make our way up there, and as we do, I'll also let you know about that funny story. She's sheep country out here, and I love it too, because look at the grass level. It's like someone's been in here trimming the lawn for me. It's wonderful. Anyway, I was just going to show you these box sawn hedges. Now, as you can see, they would plant these in a fence line in a row. Basically, the early settlers didn't have money for fencing. A lot of fencing was very expensive back then, and you got to remember, a lot of it was post and rail. So the old post and the rail through the post. And look, the fencing, a lot of fencing did not come till later. The wire and post and wire fence rails, what have you, and you can actually see that on some of the old allotment maps. It'll actually mark out on the old allotment maps where they've upgraded the fence, and it says post and wire fence or whatever, or other places it might just say basically box sawn hedge. And you can see there, it creates a formidable barrier. There is no way livestock could push their way through that. It is just too sharp, too prickly. And as I said, this was well used, basically used by the settlers early days, and then as they could afford to upgrade, they would. And what they quickly realised with this stuff too, yes, it did a great job, formidable barrier. However, it did too much of a great job, and it is such a pest. It just takes over, and as you can see, it just spreads like wildflower. So anyway, look, you don't generally find a lot of these hedges still intact, and these seeds, I should mention too, the box sawn hedge seeds were actually given out for free by the early settlers, as well as some of the old pine tree seeds. They were brought out from England, what have you, and given out to help for fencing purposes. What they quickly realised though is that this stuff, as I said, is a bloody pest, and farmers are still trying to control and get rid of it today. So here it is. So here is the next house site. Once again, we got bees, bloody bees. They always know how to spoil the day, don't they? I hate bees. I've been visiting these old house sites. You can always expect them, and I always be bitten by them, and I get sick of it. You do get over it. So it's just something to be expected though. This old house site's definitely deteriorated a lot more since I was here last too. This wall was still standing. You used to be able to walk in off the footpath there and walk in and see that beautiful old stove there. You can still see them obviously, but yeah, what a cracker, That really should be taken off and look, you know, preserved and saved, because it's just rotting away out here like the rest of it. So it's such a shame, you know, and it's hard because what gets me most is, you know, when the farmer finally decides to come here and clean all this up, and he'll just come here with a tractor one day, or he'll hire an excavator or whatever, and he will just come in and just pretty much just pick it all up and put it in massive scrap bins, and it's gone. That's it. You know, you drive past, you wouldn't even know there was a bloody house here. Unless you knew the area, the locality, or knew the history, so or done your research. And to me, that's a bit sad. I mean, I know nothing lasts forever. Everything's got a lifespan, a time period. However, you know, it is very sad to see these old houses in a state of disrepair like this, and just rotting away. So yeah, there's a bottle. Didn't take us long, did it? Rosella Preserve and Manufacturing Company. So there you go, straight onto the box sawn hedge. But yeah, look, as I said, I love coming and visiting these sites, but it's just such a shame to see them wasting away. Footpath to a tree, that makes sense. Old septic. With bottles too, I will say, it's very hit and miss. You know, people have been collecting bottles since, you know, the 50s, 60s, and then right up through to the 70s, 80s. It started becoming very, very popular. So all these sites, I have no doubt someone's been here. Multiple people have probably been here looking for bottles already and picking them up and just leaving the less desirable ones. So anyway, we'll just see how we go. Bottle hunting is never easy. Make it look easy in some of my videos, but it's really hit and miss. So they need to invent a glass bottle detector. How cool would that be? Righto, back of the chimney. We've seen all around the house. Now let's see what we can find around the house with a detector. So how cool is that? You can see the old track that they used to come in and enter up to the house there. So they would have, I'm on the track right now, still continuously. They would have went up and around there to the house, because they did not enter from the way that we entered, where the septic and all that box thorn was. That'd be silly, wouldn't it? That was definitely where they parked their cars. And this is the old driveway. Have a look at this. Ready? Follow my finger, and then you can see the cutout. See the cutout in the hill where they were driving their horse and cart. So very cool, very cool. I got a target here too, and I dug it very, very deep, very deep. It's amazing too, you know, we've had so much rain lately, and yet look at the dirt. It's dry. It is dry. It's very wet out here on the flats, if you like, but this soil, you know, it's almost like a clay, sort of sticky clay based sort of soil. It's not that loamy soil, so it doesn't let the moisture pass through it too quickly, but it's not also the volcanic-y sort of soil either, that has just the you know, the moisture to sit on top and it can't penetrate it. It's weird, but it's so dry. Like for considering, like, well, look at that water line on the paddocks over there, just can't penetrate. I suppose the ground's had too much rain, it just can't penetrate and sink on anymore. But all up here is just so nice and dry. I mean, you could drive my car in here, whereas most other sites I visit this time of the year, you would not be game to. The old truck chassis, dually wheels at the back. Oh, it's an International, it was. Big old International truck. It wasn't that big, but yeah, there you go. It gives it away. International. That's a big diff, isn't it? And look at the leaf spring packs in this. Huge. Uh-oh. He sheared one off. Must have been working the old girl pretty hard there. Sheared off a bloody leaf spring hanger. Pretty cool. I love the old wheels on them. You know, being a mechanic myself though, geez, could you only just imagine pulling these on and off all the time, you know, working on this sort of stuff. Yeah, I prefer working on the smaller, easier stuff of today. Although I used to be a four-wheel drive mechanic, and some of the wheels we used to lift on and off, bloody hell. I remember a lot of the customers' four-wheel drives, including myself, had big 35-inch Kumo tyres on them. They're heavy. Rightio, I've just put the detector down for a sec. You can see it just over there, and I was just going to give you a look at some of these farming implements. They're quite intricate. I always love admiring them and seeing the way that they used to work, you know, and operate, being mechanically minded. I just love this sort of stuff, you know, ingenuity, the invention that went behind it, and then to think of someone using it, you know, is even more amazing. So look, the old horse and cart would have the wagon wheels on there. That's the turning part. Yeah, unbelievable. Or maybe just an old cart. Look, I love this sort of stuff. I'm still learning myself. You know, every day is a lesson for me. Like I said to someone the other day, I never ever go in with a closed mind to these sites, because you go in with a closed mind thinking that you know everything. You'll quickly realise that you don't. So always going with a very, very open mind with these sites, trying to learn as I go. And look, anything you see that or that I say that is wrong, I'd love for you to correct me if you can, or if you know, because I don't want to put out false information. As I said, I am still learning as I go. But very, very cool, amazing old implements and farming equipment here that they would have used every day, if not every second day on the farm here. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful. That is just amazing. And look, people collect this sort of stuff for garden art and sit out the front of their property, and I must admit, it looks amazing. I love it. Anyway, quick story about what I was going to say about this area. My grandparents, so When my nana first met my father, my grandfather, out this area, as I said, my grandfather was working, living at this area. From the story I've been told by my nana, it's quite an interesting one. Basically, she said that you know, when she first started coming out here, living and seeing my grandfather, basically they were working the farm one day, and they happened to borrow a horse, a Clydesdale, a workhorse, from a farmer up the road. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. Basically, they used this Clydesdale the next day, and basically tilled the paddocks with it, what have you, pulled the plough, I don't exactly know, but they used the old Clydesdale to do something. The next morning, that was all right. The next morning, they come out, and the bloody thing had keeled over dead, died, dead cold in the paddock. So, could you just imagine my grandfather? He would have been thinking, holy shit, now I've got to explain to the farmer up the road why his horse has died. And probably my grandfather at the time couldn't probably afford to buy him a new horse and replace it, especially an old Clydesdale. Anyway, my grandfather's, as the story goes, spoken by my nana. Look at the old pistons. I wonder what they come out of. Probably the truck. Big pistons. Anyway, as the story goes, told by my nana, and I think it's a cracker, is basically they went up the road and told the farmer, and the farmer just turned around and said, oh, that bloody old thing, it's about time it keeled over and died. That's been on death's door for the last 5 years. It's been living on borrowed time. Really quite funny. And so obviously Nana and Pa, I suppose that was the end of it. They maybe, I don't know, maybe they paid the farmer money at a later date. Oh, he's a cracker. Jenna, cough, balsam. Maybe they paid the farmer at a later date to you know, recoup the damages for his horse. But I think the horse had bloody done its time, done its job over the years, and I don't really think the farmer cared too much that the bloody thing died. You know, what's even funnier though is the farmer that borrowed that horse, that very Clydesdale, to my grandfather. Basically, this is where it gets funny. Long story short, my partner now today, that was her great grandfather who borrowed my grandfather the horse. So isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Just a little bit of history. As I said, I've got a lot of family history out this area, and you know, a little bit of history tying together now some 60, 70 years on. So that's really cool. I love that sort of stuff. Anyway, when I heard that story, I just thought, I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. That's just a cracker story. So look at this Geelong Aerated Water Company bottle. Okay, it might be a bottle day today. I said there before that a lot of these sites have been picked over, but if we're finding them, we might keep looking for them. That's just 3 that we've already picked up, and we all know how much Rick loves these bottles. See if we can't find more. Okay, I'm sorry about that wind there, guys. I'm trying to do the best I can and keep my back to it, but isn't it funny? You know, I walked around there, telling the story and up on the rocks and what have you. Seen what I did. I missed this bottle here though. Just walking back out of here thinking, where's the detector? Where did I leave the detector? Ugh, can't say it. And I've seen this bottle here. He's got sand in him. He's a cordial bottle. Oh, an Aero cordial. Junie. Nice. AGM stamp, Owen ring on the base, 1930s, 20s, 30s, something like that. He'd have the seal running through to the neck. Yep, he does. The bottle seam, there he is, running right through to the neck, to the lip of the bottle. So he's a 2-piece, machine made, and full of sand. Anyway, so that's another one there, and where did I just spot another one here? He's nothing special. Put sand all over him. He's just a GB beer bottle, probably 70s. whatever, nothing special. Oh, so much sand in this bottle. Why so much sand? Why would you put so much sand in the bottle? I suppose it helps clean it out. There's no sand out here either. It's all that clay type base, so. Whew, blowing back in my face. That wasn't smart, was it? Oh bugger, look what I just did. God damn it. I retrieved this nice little jar bottle out of that water tank over there. That one there, I actually had to get in the bloody thing too. Couldn't reach it from outside. Bit of a funny thing to do. Anyway, got in the tank, got this little jar out because it was well and truly worth it. And walking over here to place him with the rest, slipped out of my hands and hit the side of the rocks. And that's the end result. Bloody hell. God, I'm a rough bugger, aren't I? Oh, can't take myself anywhere without breaking stuff. Pretty funny. Check out these old cactus too. And look, I was just going to say, or aloe vera I should say, not cactus, what am I saying? Aloe vera. And just check this out too. Someone at some point has basically debarked that tree and left it with a big old whopping scar on it. So how cool is that? Very cool. Awesome. Wonder why they did that. Don't know. Maybe the tractor ran into it and took off half the side of the tree. Oh, all right, let's get in here. Oh, because you can see why I'm doing it. Fennel, GBCV. Oh, MBCV, Trickstar. Anyway, 2 fennels, and we might just try and have a look for some more. This is where the rabbit holes come in handy, because the rabbits dig up the bottles, and you can see them. Oh, I can't get through here. Ow. Oh, what did I just break? Nothing. All right, there's another bottle there. What you doing down there, fella? How long you been sitting there for? It's just a triangle. This is not to be repurposed bottle. What else we got? Look, I'm sure if this was all cleared. Oh, I feel like I've got a gun on my hip or something. It's a pinpointer. It keeps getting caught on everything. Oh, trees and branches. Look, we could probably get the rake in here one day. Rake all this loose leaf litter off. Look at it. And I dare say there'll be more bottles under this bush. There have to be. We need a torch too, which I do have in the car. Always come in prepared to these sites. I don't have on me though. Oh. It's funny, Zay's been sitting in the car for the last 2 hours. I'm gonna try and wiggle my way out of here. Zay's been sitting in the car for the last 2 hours, playing his. Oh! Excuse the grunting and groaning. Zay's there playing his Switch. Oh, alright, I'm out. So he's probably wondering, where's Dad? What's Dad doing? Oh, he's probably not actually wondering. He would know. He knows what I'm like. Okay, so we just went and checked up on Zazzy. He's still alive and kicking. He's still playing his game, oblivious to the world around him. Anyway, we put the bottles in the car and we're just going to concentrate on the detector now. No more bottle hunting, I swear, just detecting, because we're going to run out of time. It's 11:45 now, and said that it was going to rain about 40 minutes ago, so I dare say we're due for a batch of rain very shortly. Okay, we have our first coin. It was only a 22, and as you can see, it was just a surface target. Look at it, it's just a little tiny plug. Anyway, the sheep have probably gnawed down the grass so much and trotted away the ground, and between rain showers, what have you, it's not that uncommon to find them on the surface. I remember I was hunting a football oval years ago, and I found a nice old Commonwealth penny. I think it was like 1923 or something like that, 24, 27, whatever. And it was literally laying on the surface. All I had to do was just sort of wipe a bit of dirt off the surface, and there it was sitting there. So, you know, these coins can sit on the surface for, or sit buried and then come to the surface, just as they can sit buried and then go deeper. Okay, so we're still working up along that fence line, and we've got a real cracker signal here. I do believe it could be a silver. Check this one out. It's jumping right up into the 30s there. That is generally what a token would do. Generally what a token would do, however, I don't expect that to be an old 1800s merchant's token. I would expect that to be either a rue penny, a Commonwealth penny, or which I've found a few at these sites, is an old, as I said, commemorative pendant, like I mentioned at the start of the video, commemorative pendant or medallion that I'd hand out to the school kids. So let's see what it is. I'm excited now because I love the old pendants. Absolutely love finding them. There he is. Yeah, so I was right, rue penny. Damn, pity it wasn't pity it wasn't one of those pendants. 1945, end of World War II. That is a ripper, that is a ripper. 2nd of September 1945, World War II ended. I love my war history. I really love my war history. There's something, you know, I know it was a terrible time, Nazi regime, what have you, but there's something about the Nazis and, you know, the Germans and the Russians and the Japanese throughout that time, the Allied soldiers in World War II. I can't get enough of it. I can't stop learning. You know, every night I'll sit there and you know, flick the Foxtel on and onto the History Channel watching something about Hitler or Goebbels or Goering or, you know, Himmler, you know, one of the Nazi party, and what they did and what they got up to and the atrocities of war and even the Allied soldiers. Like, oh look, don't get me started on war history. I love it. Here is our next target. Now what I've done, this is a 23-25, what I've done, some will notice, I was digging all targets there before. What I've done now, due to this impending storm that we're about to have, I'm just hitting on the more desirable targets now. Ever since I got the Equinox and sort of learnt it, I learnt that most things good generally ring in for me around 18 and upwards, so 18 to 40, and generally everything underneath that can be rubbish. However, I will say, you know, I'm sort of a bit wrong there in the fact that if you like to dig gold or gold rings or gold jewellery or something like that, you really need to be concentrating on those lower numbers, because gold is a lower conductive metal, therefore coming in at lower numbers. So what are we doing? What are we doing here? We're digging off to China. Anyway, so look, that is what I'm going to do though. I dig out the 18 to 40 when I'm in a bit of a hurry, or when I just sort of want to hit on the good stuff, like this fella here. So there he is, another rue penny. Not sure if I showed you there before, but I actually got a beautiful old Commonwealth 1911, I think it was 1911 Commonwealth 1 penny. So very special piece, and you can see part of the dirt impression there. Righto, let's keep going. You know, I generally hate finding these bottle top lids. However, this one is a bloody cracker. Look at him. I've never seen one of these guys before. And think how many thousands of bottle top lids I've dug. Tom Piper. That is so cool. I'm going to keep that one. He is not going to go into the scrap collection at all. He's going to get kept and put on display. He's a ripper. Tom Piper. Okay, we got another surface target here. I think that's what it is. Not too deep at all. Something very, very high. Aha! I found a few of these. So anybody that doesn't recognise one of these are an old tyre valve. So she would have been stuck in the tyre there, and up the top there you'll see the little valve end, little thread. There he is. Once he focuses, that's where you would have put the air in. So tyre valves. Rightio, I said I wasn't going to look for any more bottles, but here we are detecting. I swear I am detecting too, right at the back there, and we've seemed to hit on a few more hiding in the little trees. There we go, there's one. Yeah, there could be so many more underneath this loose leaf litter. You just wouldn't know, God, I could borrow a tractor for a day and get in here. I'd soon know. I'd work it out. Old Crown Top, probably an aerated water bottle. So So yeah, I said I wasn't going to find any more or dig any more, and look, I really was not going to do any more. I just sort of was heading up to this back corner and just seen that one bottle poking out, so I thought I'd pick him up and show you. Anyway, I'll keep exploring. If I do happen to come across anything more, I'll let you know. If not, we are back on that detector. We're not looking for bottles. Once again, nice high signal, concentrating on those higher tones. You probably hear that wind in the background. It's starting to get a little bit cold, and that rain is coming in. So anyway, you know, the rain doesn't stop me. I do have the wet weather gear in the car, however I can't, you know, I'm sort of time limited today too, so I could go put the wet weather gear on, I could stay for longer, but I just don't have the time today, so we're going to run out of it. So just keep digging like a wild man. There he is. I nicked him on the side. Lucky it's only a roo. We've got 1944, a year before the war ended, and we found a 1944 there the other day, the Teachers Master's residence, and he was in great condition too. This fella's in pretty good nick too, apart from where someone hit him with a shovel. I wonder who that was. Okay, here comes another one, just like the other one. 21, 22. I'm sorry if I'm not giving you a really great look there. Said we are in a hurry. Check out what's coming at me. Blue sky this way. That was the morning. Check out what we got to look forward to in the afternoon. And you know what? They told me, the weatherman told me, when I checked the weather this morning, expect rain around 11 AM. Well, Mr. Weatherman, it's 12:30. Ha ha ha. We got an extra hour and a half on what you told us. Coins there. You know, you see that impression there. So he's there somewhere. Let's find him. Ah, don't even need the pinpointer. There he is. Look, little threepence. You can tell he's going to be a threepence by the size of the little hole on the plug there. He's a wheat. He's a 1940, or no, 1939. I jumped ahead a little bit then and guessed a little bit wrong. 1939 wheat threepence. What a cracker. For those, anyone that doesn't know, they put the wheat stalks on there. You see the 3 wheat stalks? Those 3 wheat stalks on there are to represent Australia's wheat industry. Look, which helped you know, really grow Australia, as did our merino wool industry. So the sheep coming over here from England in the 1800s and creating Australia's sheep industry, hence where you get the merino ram head on the back of the shillings. So it's a bit of a tongue twister. Try say that 10 times. Merino ram head, merino ram head, merino ram head. It seems we got a bit of a coin spill. Little wheat threepence there that I was just babbling on about. Another one there. Pretty much right there. And then, just in my backward swing, we've got a 28, 29 there. So I dare say a roo, or it could even be a medallion or pendant. You know, I'm really hoping. No, he's a roo. Me and my mouth. 1947. Can you see that? Beauty, beauty. So that's a roo. That was a wheat threepence. Let's see what that other guy is. I'll keep you on camera there, and we'll dig him out together. He's going to be just off the back wall, so I dare say some kid was probably sprinting across the paddock here and dropped a coin, dropped 2 coins. And it's funny too, because last time I was here last year, I actually spoke with a bloke. He pulled up. I spoke with a couple of different people actually. Generally what happens. And he pulled up and he lives down the road, way down there. And that was where the Teachers Master's residence was. Let me see if I can zoom you in, give you a rough indication of how far away it was. No, because my camera's not even going to focus. Let's try again. That's better. Don't know what was going on there. That is the old Teachers Master's residence for this school site. So interesting stuff. And he said to me, I got his number, his name, and he said, mate, you can come and have a look around here if you want. So, oh wow, how beautiful is that? Another little silver threepence, and he's not a wheat. Here's a coat of arms design, my favourite. You know, I love the wheat, I love the later rue pennies and ram shillings and wheat threepences and what have you, but there's something about that early emu and kangaroo coat of arms design that I just absolutely love, and I'm sure many of you will agree. It's just a beautiful design. So King George on the back, and my favourite coat of arms on the front, 1927. Next target, and we are up the hill now, so heading back up towards where the school once was. Dare say, might be a bit of rubbish. Just because we're near the school buildings, you know, you find a lot of the old toilet block and just everything, just all that sort of rubbish up around the school, especially bottle top lids and what have you. Yeah, we were wrong. Oh, what a cracker. He's in good condition too. Like everything that comes out of here. It's in that nice soil that saves everything. Oh, pity he wasn't a 1930. It's way off. It's a 1913 by the looks. Look at it. Look at the condition, would you? A little worm wiggling beside him. There he is. Beautiful coin. Lovely. I love finding the early Commonwealth pennies. Okay, I'm getting the first spits of rain. I can feel it coming. So we might have to get out of here very soon. But look at this, 26, 27. You know what that means? Ooh, that could be a florin. Imagine that. What a way to end the day. Dirty big florin in Luke's hand. That would be really, really cool. Ah! I seen him. Oh, actually no, that is a cool coin. It's an old American 1 cent coin. I thought it was going to be a 1 or 2 cent coin then, but I seen In God We Trust, Liberty, 1963. You cracker. I found a few of these. That's why it was ringing up so high too. Nice 1 cent coin. United States of America 1 cent coin. I'm sure quite a few people out there from America will recognise that one. I have quite a few followers now from America, and yeah, it's always interesting to talk to them, and also seeing what they find over there too. You know, it's not metal detecting for me is not just about what comes out of Australia. It's just metal detecting in general and history in general. So it's really nice to see other things come out from other countries. So there was the American 1 cent. We've got another signal right here, and I did just stick the shovel in. Thought I better show you. 21, 22, very similar signal to the last 1 cent coin, American 1 cent coin. So who knows, this could be another coin spill. How have I missed all these coins? I don't understand it. Well, I do, but I don't. It's just surprising me a bit, I suppose. Alright, he's in the back wall there, a little bit more digging required. And oh, the ground is so hard out here. It's that clay sort of rocky stuff. Whoops, we're lifting up the other plug now. There he is. Look at that. Oh wow. I don't know what this is. It's a holy dollar. What do we got here? A 1954 East. Oh, I can't read it properly. I don't want to damage it by rubbing it on my East Price. I can't read that properly. Wow. Okay, more cleaning research required. He was right next to the American coin, but he does not look American to me. He's a 1 cent, or no, 5 cent. I said I really just cannot read it properly at the moment, so I'm looking through the camera, not really looking at the coin itself. I'm looking through the camera, so interesting. You know where he's going? He's going into the special pocket, because coins like that, you don't know what they are, so why run the risk of damaging them, putting them in with all the other sort of generic pennies and what have you. So interesting coin. I love interesting things. and when we get home, we'll clean him up and we'll give you a better look at what he is. That storm's getting out of hand, Basil. Jesus, Johnson, we've done it. We've done it. What have I said all day that I wanted to find? A beautiful old commemorative pendant. As I said, a lot of these were handed out to the school kids, and this one would have been also. So I found a few of these in the past. I think I've got about 4 or 5 of these now. Lovely, lovely pieces. And this is a 50 years Commonwealth of Australia. You can see the star up the top and the sweet stalks down the bottom. Sorry, I'm not holding it very still. I'm freezing. This is a cracker though, and you know it's funny, I dug a Rosella tomato sauce bottle top lid right beside it, and I thought this is going to be just the same, just probably a bit of rubbish. However, it wasn't, and that's why you've always got to double check. So this is 1901 to 1951, and this was passed down to the school kids to help commemorate 50 years Commonwealth of Australia since we've become a federated country in 1901. So what a cracker, what a cracker. Bloody hell, bloody hell. I could kick myself right now. You know what, I am kicking myself right now, and you probably would kick me too if you've seen this. So we just found that beautiful 50 years commemorative medallion. And I stood back up, turned around 180 degrees, got a signal. It was right here, a couple of steps from the medallion right there that we got. Oh, let me bring you up here. I don't even want to show this. It's a disgrace. Got another medallion, but someone took a bite out of it with a shovel. Bloody hell. Look, it's not in the best condition either. It looks like it's been thrown out, discarded like the other one in the burn pit. This one's definitely worse for wear than the other one. And you see the Queen and the King there. This is a 1937. I think it's June 11th or June the 22nd, 1937 King and Queen Coronation pendant or medallion, whatever you like to call it. I've got a few of these at home now too. This is the worst condition one I've ever seen, especially now. I took a bloody bite out with my shovel. God damn it. I could bloody kick myself. I really could. So I didn't really want to even show that. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. This is why we need to be careful. And look, the only reason I wasn't being as careful, I'm trying to rush because of that bloody storm approaching, and also rushing to try and get out of here because, as I said, I'm on a time limit. Anyway, let's keep going. Pendant number 1. Pendant number 2 that I hit. And we might have another one though. Check this out. Right, he is exactly there, so I'm not going to go anywhere near him with a shovel, but stay away from him and dig him because I don't want to run the risk. That, you know, that's the first one I've ever hit of a medallion. You know, there's coins and that I've hit in the past. I've never ever hit a medallion. Oh, I've got a prickle in my finger, it hurts. Never ever hit a medallion, and I'm really kicking myself for that. Never mind, we can't win them all, can we? Stay away from the target this time, Luke. Right there, okay, I'm going to use 2 hands and come back for this one. Oh, no, there he is, I think. Yeah, no, just a bottle lid. Bugger! Bugger! The good target was beside it, we hit that, and yet we were careful for the bottle lid. Oh well. We are down near the fallen down pine trees now, and probably what the kids used to play under. So this is going to be probably, look, our couple of our last targets too that we're going to dig for the day. And we're going to get out of here. We've done pretty well today. And there's another coin right there. Yeah, no, look, we've done pretty well today. We've got the pendants and the one I hit. Anyway, I got the pendants and I've got a few nice coins, a couple of silvers, and I think we've got about half a dozen bottles. So, geez, what a productive day. Okay, so here we are. We're still going under the trees. You can see the storm approaching. It's getting hairy, but we are just making our way back to the car, digging out those last few targets. So, and we've got a 1951 half rue penny. So we don't need to keep going. We could just pack up and walk out now. But if anybody knows what I'm like, you know I cannot just turn that detector off and walk away. So we've only got about another 20 metres to go. Actually, you can see the car through there. Hello there, girl. We're coming. So here comes the bloody storm. What a bugger. I could keep going here for days. And look at these trees though. You can see I don't want to be standing underneath them for too long. Uprooted and falling over like a stack of dominoes. That's a shame too, because once they fall over, what are they hiding and covering for so many years after until they're cleared away? But anyway, just try and poke around them, and you know, one time in future when they're cleared, I will come back here and do it all again. I'm sure they're sitting on coins that I can't reach at the moment. Rightio, so we're nearly finished. You see the car there, nearly made it. I just wanted to show you too what I just noticed. Just digging a target out below my feet, and I look up and we've got another beehive. Bloody hell, I'm getting good at finding the bottles and the beehives lately, aren't I? And the beehives I don't want to find. I don't like bees. Well, I do like bees, I just don't like them attacking you, and they seem to attack me everywhere I go. So we're going to get out of here, do a little bit more to the gate and pack up and go. Leave the bees behind. Another beautiful target here, and solid. I don't like being under these trees too. Well, it's so windy. They are starting to move. Oh dear, where's my target? I lost it. Right there. Okay, that's the only problem when you're blabbing and filming and then look up and away do something else. You lose your target, like I did then. Oh, you ripper. Oh, you beauty. We've got a sixpence. What a way to finish the day. We are going to finish on that note, because as I said, I do not like being under these trees on windy days. Yeah, that's where this guy come down from last windstorm. I don't want to be under one when it does. 1942 sixpence, coat of arms, and what a cracker. That could have easily been a florin, you know. I wish it was. God, that would end my day on a high. But look, so is this, and that is our third silver for the day. 2 pendants, few bottles, few coins, as I said before. What a productive day out at the office. Okay, so here we are back home, and as you can see, we've got all our finds laid out, ready to give you a bit of a look through at what we got today. Now, we had a really quite a productive day, I feel. You know, I didn't expect to go hit on that many bottles. I did not expect to pull that many pre-decimals for a site that I've well worked before in the past. But that's always nice. So anyway, we've got the old triangle shaped bottle. I should show you there. Pretty cool, nothing too special. A couple of the old fennels. I'll hold one up to the sunlight. They're both the same. I'll give you a bit of an understanding what they look like though. Quite an odd shaped bottle. And generally most of these, you know, there's a few different types of the old fennel bottles. They're a drain cleaner, toilet cleaner type chemical. And basically those two there, I should zoom you back out, those two there would sort of be around about, look, 1930s, 40s onwards. So I like a lot of this sort of stuff here. This guy here, the old Geelong aerated water company. So you can see GAW 1919 in the middle, and Geelong aerated water company bottle. Once again, crown seal on the top. That's called a crown lip, and probably 1930s onwards. So the old Aero Cordials bottle, real cracker, crown top once again. The old Rosella preserve jar. What else do we have? Dr. Jenner's cough balsam. This is a ripper. I love this little bottle. He's my favourite for the day, definitely. So absolutely love him, and he's got a little bit of rust there. We still need to scrub up a little bit more. Little third, I'll pick him up. Third point jar, little milk jar it would have been, a little milk bottle, and also Brile cream products. And last but not least, the big old, you see that? Bushels tea jar. What a ripper. I wish I'd found the lid. because with the lid he'd be a cracker to put the marbles in, so I might still do that anyway. Anyway guys, we'll take you through to some of the good stuff. So as you can see, we did really well on the pre-decimal coins for a small site that's already been hunted by me in the past before. So we had the 1911 Commonwealth 1 penny, the 1913 and the 1936 1/2 penny Commonwealth. Also you can see the ring around the outside, a dead giveaway. As soon as you pull them out of the dirt, you look for the ring, you know it's a Commonwealth penny, and they are my favorite. And not only that, look at the condition. They are cracker, absolute beautiful condition, really nice patina. I'll jump over here to the roos, or hop over here to the roos I should say, where we've got 5 roos, 5 full roos, roo pennies. These come much later. You can see 44, 43, 45, 42, and this guy here is a half roo penny. He's a 51. So very cool, very cool. You know, I always find the Britannias and the Commonwealth stay in better condition, so the fact that these come out so good is really nice. So one little bottle top. I don't normally save bottle tops. I think this one's a cracker though. Tom Piper bottle top. We also had the little belt buckle there, nice little belt buckle, probably off a horse tack or something, what have you. So and then this other buckle over here, which is a ripper. We also wanted that pendant today, and we got it. We finally got it. Took a little bit, took a few hours up until the afternoon. However, we kept persisting, and this is what we were rewarded with. Still got the little loop on the top to hang it. So very cool. 1901, 1951, commemorating Australian Federation and 50 years on. So great medallion. And we also had oh dear, we also had this guy, which as you've seen I took a bloody bite out of with the shovel. So anyway I do have another one of these anyway regardless. So a few of them actually, and I'm going to show you. I've got some things there to show you. So anyway, we also had the little wheat threepence, 1939, 1942 sixpence, and the 1927 coat of arms little threepence too. Beautiful coins. And look, for a site in Victoria, little country school site in Victoria, we also found this what is it? I was about to say date then. 1963, I'm very shaky, sorry. 1963 United States of America 1 cent coin. He's reversed on the upside, so in God we trust, liberty. What a cracker, what a cracker. As I said, a lot of people from America viewing, so I'm sure they'll recognise that coin. And the D, I will say the D on there is one thing I know about that. The D stands for, oh God, I'm shaky. That's better. The D stands, under the date there, the D stands for Denver. And Denver was where these 1 cent coins were being minted at the time, 1963. We had the little 1 cent coin beside him, nothing too special. Last but not least, and this is a very special coin, and once again, for a little country school site in Victoria, I don't know what it's doing there, but then again, I am never surprised about where you find stuff. There's a few things I've found in the past, and yeah, look, amazing. You know how it got here, and when it got here, and how long it's been here for. It just blows my mind. So we've got a 1951 East African 5 cent coin, and I couldn't read the A up there before. That's why I was sort of saying freaker. I didn't know what it said. Oh dear. And anyway, I just you know, toothbrush and water for this. I didn't use any bicarb soda whatsoever, and you can see up around the top there near my thumb and the crown, it's still got a lot of crud, a lot of dirt on it, so it needs a bit more of a clean, but that's all right, that can happen another day. So this was just for presentation purposes, but what an absolute stunner. 1951 East African 5 cent coin. That's a first for me, and what a ripper. Anyway, what I was going to show you is some of these medallions and pendants that these school kids happen to lose over the years, you know, running around, the ones that they're handed out and the ones that they lose at these old school sites. And this is just a small selection of my collection, if you like, and the rest are sitting in my big glass display cases. So look, I'll just pull a few out and show you basically what they were given back then. Geez, I wasn't given any of these. I was given detention. But these are sort of things that they were, the kids were handed out back in the day, you know. Beautiful King George, Queen Mary, Coronation, 1911, gold gilded. Here's another, oh no, not that one, not that one. There's another one of those, basically Federation, Commonwealth, 50 years pendant. There's another one in there somewhere. There he is. Look, there's another one here they got given. This is a beautiful one, the 1922 Agricultural Society Show of Victoria, or Agricultural Society, yeah, Show of Victoria, I got that right. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Look at that though. Look at that, 1922. And they were given these, as I said, they were just given these. They were minted by the Education Department of Victoria and basically handed out to the school children as a bit of a special piece. So this one is an 1837 to 1897 Queen Victoria, 60 years reign. So he's an absolute beauty. Yeah, beautiful. Anyway, that's about it, guys. I'm not just going to walk you through all them. It will take forever. Actually, there is one more I really want to show you, and that is this one. Now, these, I've got two of these now, or a few more in the cabinet too. But these are very, very special. Very special. So we've got the centenary of Melbourne, 1935 to 1835, and it's commemorating 100 years on that side. Now if I just flip one over, they're both the same. If I flip one over there, you can see what's happening on the other side. You've got centenary of Victoria, 1934 to 1834. Portland being the first early established settlement in Victoria. There's quite an interesting story behind that. Look, one that we may be able to get to another day. Basically, they didn't think anybody was settled down in the bottom of Victoria, and the French were sitting out at bay, and basically the English were worried that the French were going to basically establish a little colony down in Victoria, because as we know, we were established in Sydney at that time, the English first settling Australia. Basically, the French were sitting out, I will tell it, the French were sitting out the bay, Victoria. The English were worried that they were going to start their own colony here in Australia and settle in Victoria. So they sent a party out from New South Wales, from Sydney, and basically sent a party out down to reach the coast. And when these men, from what I've read, when these men basically got down to the coastline, down to sort of Portland, Warrnambool way, they seen lights on in the distance. And it happened to be two brothers down there. I think their names were the Henty brothers. That was their last names. And they were two brothers that had basically built a house there and established themselves as whalers. They were whaling down there at the time along the coast. So, you know, these English, this English party of men, probably shotguns loaded on the horse and what have you, coming through there to find a light on in the distance. They would have thought, oh, geez, the French have bet us, but really it was two English blokes doing their whaling and already settled there. So really, really interesting story, and that's where you get that early Portland 1834 medallion commemorating that early settlement of Portland. So anyway, enough of that story for me. I really hope you enjoyed, guys. Make sure to think lucky, dig clean, happy hunting for future, and be sure to hit that subscribe button below, because I'd really love for you to follow my hunts in future. So plenty more to go, plenty more sites to visit, and plenty more history to share. So cheers, guys, and hope to see you next time. Happy hunting.